does that happen in any modern game where it's not you're dictated not by some stat slider, but rather how it's designed. It's like that's really, really rare.
Oh
and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking like, how on earth was this game critically panned?
Yeah, but
I mean, granted, I think the biggest criticism you can make of it is that it doesn't actually have a huge amount of variety once you've played everything.
Yeah.
And so it's probably a best kind of party game. There's not anything to really keep you going.
Yeah, like
but the thing is it's an amazing party game. Like Mario
there's no
Party.
grind to it at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's because I don't feel like, even though I'm like level 1 and literally haven't done anything, I don't feel like I've missed out on anything.
No.
You don't feel like
that's a drawback and a benefit too.
Like with Payday, like I feel like it's like, oh, you only have 2 zip ties. Okay,
shoot.
Well, we're gonna have to not play this the way it should be played. It's like, okay.
And I mean, and I'm just sitting there and I can't understand why it was so poorly received.
I mean, I just crash all the time, but I don't think that's the game's fault.
Yeah,
that's just
it's
something
also,
weird.
If you're thinking in terms of an indie game too, like it's not that expensive, and it's a great multiplayer experience, and it's a unique multiplayer experience. Like I don't know why people wouldn't like it. I don't know why critics wouldn't like it.
I mean, I got the 4-pack for $7. I mean,
I know, and it's always, I don't know who you're gonna give it to. Maybe Andrew. I don't think Andrew Zadanzowitz has a copy.
Oh really?
I also don't think he uses. I don't think he uses Steam very much either. So we have to give him a reason for that as well.
All these fun chats that are just so entertaining.
Oh my God, yes, and it's got in-game chat. Like, it's a great party game.
Oh
and
my God.
I don't understand why people don't.
Oh my God, and the global chat. Like if you go to the global chat in the lobby.
God, I spend like no time in that thing because it's so hectic.
Oh my God, it's just everybody is just complaining about everything.
I would also argue that Gary's mod. Okay, I would say Gary's mod is a better sandbox than Goat Simulator.
Oh, infinitely.
I would say you'd be better spent buying it. Now, I mean, granted, Gary's mod, although it is cheaper,
it's clunky.
I'm putting that in air quotes. Well, no, it's not. It's not really cheaper because to genuinely use it, you need Half-Life 2, Team Fortress 2, and like Counter-Strike. You have to have Counter-Strike and Half-Life.
Which
to be able to use it. I think Counter-Strike Source, not Global Offensive.
Because I have CS:GO.
Yeah. Oh, I do too. I've never played it.
Me neither. I don't even have it installed.
I got it in a bundle, so.
Yeah.
I got it in like the big Steam bundle that I bought, so I could actually use Gary's mod. Because if you don't have those, you end up with so many missing textures. Because every map ever uses something from either Counter-Strike or Team Fortress or Half-Life, and so you don't have all three, and then it's just, But I mean, it's an amazing game, and I mean, like, the thing with Gary's mod is it's basically an infinite number of individual games because you got like Prop Hunt, you've got Murder, and so many others that are just custom made. Because it's literally just a sandbox where people design cool things to play.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but the thing I like about Guns of Icarus is that, like, I mean, I was able to join in and, like, never having played except for that one, like, practice round to figure out how to use all the tools and stuff. Like, we won, like, 3 games in a row and almost won the second 2, like, by one to destroy.
I mean, it's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's...
And, I mean, it doesn't even feel like it's uneven or that you get an unfair advantage by having played it a lot.
Oh yeah, I mean, because there was that like level 13 guy on the other team, and they still lost. Like they were twice our levels, and it didn't do them any good.
Oh, and have I mentioned they're making an expansion for it?
Really?
Yeah, they're making an adventure mode, which is more than just deathmatch. They're going to be objective-based gameplay and stuff like that they're adding in.
Yeah, the one I'm saying
which sounds amazing.
They need to have a VIP mode, like in Halo 3, like have one big clunky ship that's the VIP and like 5 escorts that you can choose to be whatever.
I'm hoping the objective-based mode is going to add a bunch because I think that'll be good.
That'll be pretty tight.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, like as things you could do better in that game, that'd probably be it, because I think deathmatch gets a little old.
Yeah, I mean, I think being able to board, like, eventually later on the line, like some kind of grappling thing, like to grab onto another ship and like jump over to it. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, I would love boarding, but
I mean, because
I
then
mean, what really gets me though is what's so surprising about it is it got critically panned, but then basically every YouTuber ever has played the thing, and it's constantly one of the most popular games to buy.
Yes.
It's like, I don't know, to me that indicates you've screwed something up, because obviously people like it for something.
Yes.
Now, I keep hearing that it doesn't retain a player base very well because it is so much, there's not a huge amount of content, so people go play through it all and then they're kind of done with it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, does that really matter? I mean, I've already gotten 12 hours out of it, which is more than some games I've got. Like, Portal was a good, like, 4 hours, maybe.
Yeah.
And it's like, that was an amazing game too. It's like, I don't know that content really matters. Like, you keep hearing people, it's like, oh, well, it's kind of repetitive and you're going to be done with it. But it's like, I don't think that that's a negative thing about it. It's just short.
Yeah.
Unlike most multiplayer, which is like replayable forever, this may not be, but it doesn't make it any worse for it. Now, I would say you kind of have to buy a 4-pack to have fun with it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the reason I bought the 4-pack, is so I could give it away to someone.
Yeah. And I mean, and I think they nailed the other thing that they needed to do, which is, for it to work, it has to be like Left 4 Dead, where the entry cost for everyone is really low.
Yeah.
Because it like Left 4 Dead, it relies on playing with other people, and like I would love to play. I mean, I was talking to Matt about this. I would love to play Black Ops 2 Zombies with people.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love, like, transit mode was some of the most fun I've ever had, but the problem is, right now it's $45, normally 60, and it's like, I'm sorry, but that's not something, like, I'm going to be able to ask other people to buy as well.
Yeah, and that's something...
Like, I would have to pay that, and other people
like,
have to pay that. It's like, it's too
yeah.
much.
And that's something I just don't like about Call of Duty in general. Like, I was looking at the sales, and I mean, like...
Oh my god,
Call
of Duty... Activision sucks at sales.
Oh, they never price the games down. Like, I can go to GameStop and get, like, COD Ghosts, you know, for my
like the same
360.
price.
No, I can go... Like, I was just at GameStop, and I was looking at what they had, and Call of Duty Ghosts for the 360, I can get it used for $10.
I can't imagine that Call of Duty's got a very good PC audience.
Oh, no.
Because, like, I know from my... Like, I probably would have tried out Ghosts, maybe, on Xbox. I mean, after, like, the reviews, probably not. But, like, you know, I picked up each Call of Duty because, you know, on Xbox, I could just trade in the other one and then get it used or something like that, and it wasn't that bad. The problem is, like, on PC, I'm sitting here going, $60?
Yeah.
You've got to be kidding me. And it's $60 for one that's 2 years old. I mean, 45 on sale. And I'm sitting there, it's like, okay, Far Cry 3, Matt brought this up, Far Cry 3 is newer, has more content in it, and is $30. It's cheaper without any sale price, and it's $8 on sale.
I just picked... No, they're selling the Far Cry pack. You get Far Cry, Far Cry 2, Far Cry 3, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon for $15.
That is worth it because Blood Dragon and Far Cry 3 are amazing. Start with Blood Dragon. Blood Dragon is the best.
And that's what I picked up, and I was like, you know, this whole bundle.
Far Cry 1 and 2 are terrible.
Essentially,
it's freaking cheaper than the one Call of Duty game.
I was like,
not even by a close margin. It's
like half,
$30 cheaper.
Yeah. No,
and that's you've got to be kidding me.
And that's what I was looking
Activision,
at.
Like, you missed the point of a sale.
They were having a sale. The BioShock triple. You get all 3 BioShocks for, what was it, like $20? I think.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that either BioShock or BioShock 2, you also got all the DLC with it. And I was like, $20 for all that? Like,
probably not. Well, I don't think you can get all the DLC in 2 yet, because it's still games for Windows Live.
Oh yeah. No, but it was like something with the
DLC is coming over. It's probably Infinite then, because I know 2 you can't get the DLC but through.
I know that
Games
I got
for Live,
all the DLC for Infinite. They were selling it. Had it on sale.
I know it's like I mean, like, I got both Burial at Sea ones for $10. I'm like, dude, why would I buy Black Ops 2? And the problem is I'm especially less likely to pick it up because I can't get copies for my friends, and I know they're not going to buy it.
Yeah, and that's what's great about the 4-pack system is, you know, like, you get a copy.
I know, but Activision doesn't have a single 4-pack, and you'd think that you would do that for especially Black Ops or
Yeah.
Black Ops 2, because they
Or
are
the
zombie
other thing
focused.
to do is just sell zombies as a just zombies mode as a 4-pack
Yeah,
for
well,
like
that's
20 bucks.
all I want. That is
And
all I want. Like, okay,
I would definitely buy that.
you know what? Call of Duty's finally hit normal, like somewhat reasonable pricing. You have to go all the way back to Modern Warfare 2
Yep.
to get a game that is reasonably priced.
Yep.
It's $15, and that's
Yep.
that's still pushing it. Like, that's way too much for a Steam sale, considering it's normally 20. It's like, yeah, that's not enough of a discount. It was kind of like when DayZ went on sale really early on. It was like the first one. It was
Yeah.
a 15% off discount, and you're like, so off of 30, I'm paying 28.
Look,
Might as well not pick it up then. Like, it's basically not on
Yeah.
sale.
And
And my big thing is that it's suffering from the same thing because DayZ is only fun with friends.
Yeah.
And like that's why you would play DayZ. It's like kind of like Arma 3. Arma 3 would be absolutely stupid if you didn't have someone else to play with. It's an amazing game. Arma 3 is amazing, but it's just not fun without other people. Like, I would not use Arma if I didn't have Matt here or David who can design missions for it. Like, Matt designs missions, we go and play them, things go wrong. I mean, like, that's the fun in it. And it's the same thing with DayZ. Actually, I would consider Rust. Rust looks more interesting to me than DayZ, personally.
Yeah.
But
The game I picked up The Forest when it was on sale, and it's still kind of buggy.
I don't know. Yeah, it's
But
like $15 right now,
It's just,
so I
it's
probably
so,
wouldn't.
It's so hard. Like, I don't know what they did, but every time I start it, I literally spawn in, and like as soon as I get out of the airplane, I just get attacked immediately by like 5 or 6 of the savages. And then
See, I still want someone I know to pick up a racing game. That's all.
yo, let me know.
Like-
Just shoot, like, choose what game you want me to pick up, and I'll pick it up.
I mean, I'm trying to debate that myself. I would say, like, just for sheer fun. Okay, Need for Speed Shift 2 is like the simulation-y kind of one. Grid and Dirt are both simulation-like, but they're
Yeah.
not really. They're Codemasters, so they're excellent games. Codemasters, you can't go wrong unless you're talking about Dirt Showdown, because Dirt Showdown is shit. Because they took a simulation racing game and then went, hey, what if we made an arcade version, and ruined it. But both Grid and Grid 2 are really fun. They just released Grid Autosport, which is the newest version, and I don't know. I really personally like Dirt 3 and Grid 1. Those are my two favorites. And I own both of them. I don't have the first Grid installed, but I mean, they're like most racing games. There is no real story to it. Dirt 3 is rallying if you like rally racing, so it's a
Yeah.
lot of really hairpin turns where you don't have a lot of leeway and just, oops, I wrapped my car around a tree. And Grid is more sort of traditional track-based stuff, and that one I really like that one because it's got some really interesting, like, skidding around corners kind of thing. Both of them you will need a controller.
surprise.
Just saying, because like you can't play either without one. But I mean, I would highly recommend the Codemaster racing games. They tend to be pretty good. Although like the F1 racing game, from my understanding is like freaking impossible. And the problem is like, okay, I would pick up something else, but like there isn't anything to play. Like, when it comes to racing games on PC, you get jack shit. I mean, it's like just
Yeah.
nothing. Nobody makes them. EA, okay, The Crew. I am beyond hyped for The Crew. Like, that's that sort of social racing game that reminds me a lot of Test Drive Unlimited, which I enjoyed a ton. It's got sort of pseudo MMO things where people will drop in and out as you drive, and it's supposed to stretch from coast to coast, and so I'm very, very psyched for that, but it's well in the horizon. Oh my god. Also, I highly recommend Alice the Madness Returns.
Yeah, I saw you playing that. How is it?
Oh, I don't think I've been sucked into a game quite this much for a while. Like, I bought it and I installed it and I was like, okay, I'll just boot it up and see what it is. And then I lost like 3 hours at midnight And I was like, I knew I needed to go bed, and it was just boom, gone. And I've already poured 6 hours into it, and I've owned the game for 2 days now.
Yeah.
It is really, really interesting. It's not. The thing is it's a bit indie, and you'll have to disable, unless you have an NVIDIA card, you'll have to turn physics down to low, because I was getting like less than 30 with the physics on, but
Wow,
it's
really?
not that great looking. You have to have an EA account. I mean, there's a lot of this really, like, it's hard to describe what makes it so interesting, but just go into the community hub and just look at some of these screenshots, man. Like, the environment is crazy. It's not that new. It's sort of indie. And so, like, it doesn't have really flashy lighting or anything like that. But you start looking at it, and the aesthetic of the game is just freaking gorgeous. I don't think I've played something that looks this good and this stylized in such a long time. And I mean, like, I have some really long videos of me playing it, just record. I think I deleted them. I mean, I was testing it out. It's just, it's a sequel to another one that I'm gonna have to go back and buy. The original, which was, it's called American McGee's Alice. American McGee is a game designer who worked at ID for the original Doom, and then he broke off and did a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
And the original one is considered basically a classic.
Nice.
And if I remember right, it's going, like, if you want to get a new copy of it off Amazon, it was like $100.
Oh, really?
But, like, used, it was running in the 20s, which is pretty good. Yeah, a new copy of American McGee's Alice runs you $123. And this is a sequel to it, and it's third-person action. And just seriously, just go to the store page and just look at some of these screenshots, because it's gorgeous. And what's weird is it's sort of his interpretation of Alice in Wonderland, and playing it's a very psychological kind of thing. It's described like a psychological thriller, or it's in that sort of thing.
Yeah, I was looking, and it looks. What is it? Because the theme seemed really dark, because it looked like a lot of
it's
violence and
it's got
blood, and
it's got a lot of these very upbeat and nice areas. Like, you look at it and it doesn't, like, this, a lot of the screenshots don't look that dark. Like, I understand the one at the Mad Hatter place, but you look at some of these and it's a very bright environment, but there just seems something slightly off. Like, you can see the blood on her dress, and then you've got a butcher knife, and the butcher knife is your primary weapon. It's a third-person character action game, I guess is what you would call it, sort of in the vein of, like, God of War. And I mean, it's not perfect. My main gripe is that the gameplay is kind of average. Like, there's not a huge amount that sets it apart, other than the weirdness of the weapons. Like, it's very odd, like you'd expect an Alice in Wonderland game to be. But, like, you know, as a third-person fighter, it's kind of, or third-person game, the fighting is on par with any other one. It doesn't really have any combos, and it's got a couple different weapons. It's tolerable, but that's not why you play it. You play it because it's weird. And what's odd about it is you start out the game in London, or, you know, in that time frame, and you find out a little bit about her. Like, apparently she had a mental breakdown. Her family died in a fire, and it starts with you talking to this psychologist person.
So he, like, throws in backstory.
Yeah, but and I'm still not even entirely clear on what's going on. And it's then you kind of wander around in this. You talk to this old lady, and right there, she talks to you, and then you break down, and you end up in Wonderland. And so you transition from that world into Wonderland, and you don't know what happened, because this lady was, like, threatening you or doing something. There's a bit of story there, but you cut to Wonderland, and you're like, okay, what's going? You start playing in Wonderland in a while, and now I've hit a point where suddenly I cut back to reality, and it's like there's this time gap.
So it's like he's, like, passed out.
It's obvious that something was happening, because I'm not in the same location. I just got dragged out of a river, and so while I was in Wonderland, something in the real world was happening. There's some kind of parallel. And remember, in Wonderland, I'm running around killing things with a butcher knife. That's the Vorpal sword, and it's like, I don't know. My current theory is that she's actually the Jack the Ripper. But there is something going on, and I don't know what, because I've got this massive time gap where I've no clue what happened because I was in Wonderland. And there's a separate story for Wonderland where she's like trying to piece together her own memories and basically save herself by saving Wonderland, because Wonderland is being destroyed. And it's this really weird thing because you jump out of Wonderland into the real world and then back in, and like I jumped back in and now I don't know what's going on because it cut off at a really weird spot in the real world where she was in danger, and you're like, okay, well, yeah, it's great. And you pick up in Wonderland, you find memories that are kind of disjointed and give you backstory. But it's like, I don't know why it's got the review that it does when it comes to the Metacritic rating, because it's brilliant. I don't think I've played anything quite as enthralling as
Matt
this.
got
Like,
Orion Dino Horde. Alright.
Look, if it doesn't go on a flash sale by the end, just pick it up, because it is just brilliant. I can't even, like, I'll say on the gameplay front, it's not exactly revolutionary. Like, the third-person action is okay. The camera's kind of clunky. I mean, what annoys the crap out of me every time is if you face her forward and then hit directly back, she'll just be instantly looking back. Like, there's no turnaround animation. I mean, like, there's small stuff like that, but I can kind of forgive it because it's an indie game somewhat. And I mean, you know, like, it says interactive puzzles, but, you know, you're not facing anything that hard. I mean, you're really driven through it because the world is just so very cool. And I mean, I kept seeing this thing pop up on like top selling or going on sale. Like, you keep hearing about it and seeing it. And it's obvious that it's somewhat popular on Steam, and I could never figure out why. Like, I always saw this on sale. I always saw it as top seller. And I looked, it's like, it's got average ratings. I mean, what's so special about it? And I finally just knuckled down and bought it yesterday, and it is, I mean, it really is unbelievable. I mean, I'm hyping it up a bit, but I really genuinely am enjoying this a ton. So, I mean, and it's weird now. I transitioned from, I think the place I was the Mad Hatter's workshop, and then now after having that real world time gap, I'm in this frozen tundra-like area after having been to this underwater area too. Like, it's got that kind of gap sort of thing. It's very cool. Like, right now I'm talking to this drunk squid rider. Oh, and they capture the feel of Wonderland too. Like, the Mad Hatter was really disjointed and insane, and then a lot of the characters talk in rhyme or iambic pentameter, and so you hear it, and it's got this kind of sing-songy feel to it. It's really, like, they put a lot of effort into this, I have to say. And I mean, it's a really hard thing to explain too. Like, I would just say, watch a video of it if you can, with someone talking as little as possible, and just see if it's something you might like, because I think you probably would. I mean, it reminds me a lot of, like, Okami, if you ever played that.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's just got the same sort of stylized thing, and it captured me in a lot of the same way. I'm waiting for GTA 4 to download because I kind of want to play it.
Oh, neat.
But I mean, it's just, I was pleasantly surprised because I wasn't expecting a huge amount from it, and it started out kind of mediocre because you're like walking around London and it wasn't that exceptional. It felt very linear, and then finally, like, you hit Wonderland and it just kind of opened up. And I thought I was gonna be stuck in the first area, like collecting items or doing something to get to Wonderland, and it was literally like, if I sped through it, it would have been like a minute, and then I would have been in Wonderland.
Oh,
like,
okay,
it
cool.
really, that's the other thing, is I think it nails pacing very well. Like, if you want to speed through stuff, it's very possible.
Yeah.
And it's great with checkpoints. I have never had that frustrating of a checkpoint.
Parker,
Like,
I'm driving in the passenger seat of a car, shooting dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, how much is Orion
Dog,
Dino
it's
Horde
awesome.
right now?
It is a fantastic game. Wait until you get the
So it's 374.
VTOL.
Oh my god. So it's 34. It got a 34 on Metacritic. How crappy is the production value though?
Oh my god, it's fantastic.
Is it like B-movie good?
Yes. Don't you dare trash talk it.
I gotcha.
I
this
like it.
game. Look at how many
I'm
bad.
down.
It's so
There are a
fun.
bunch
Oh
of
my
bad
god,
reviews
like at the end when you get... Dude, but there are some really hard modes. Like, Matt, if you ever play the there's one where it's a snow map and it's like completely open and there's just a generator in the middle and every wave you have
Actually,
9 of the big
you know what,
dinosaurs
Parker?
spawn.
I think we would be good at a like podcast stream rather than like a game stream.
I'd definitely be down.
Collectively.
That's what I'm doing right now. I'm just playing Payday 2. I'm recording it, doing some Overkill Pro, listening to what Kyle, you just keep rambling on about. It's great.
Well, no, I honestly
YouTube
think
will
that'd
love
be
you.
something. I think that'd be something to do though, like, because I'm sure I don't know. I just think that it's like a lot of times a game is a really good background just to have someone talking about something else. Like
Yeah.
Total Biscuit does it whenever he's talking about one of his rant points.
Oh,
He'll just
yeah.
put on some gameplay footage and talk over. I think that actually fit really well. The other question is, how would you want to format the channels? You know?
Yeah, I don't
Because
know.
we've got-
regen in this
2.
game, Parker.
What?
Huh?
What do you say, Matt?
Does health regen?
Better.
Yes, it just takes a while.
Any modern first-person shooter
No,
force
wait.
health regens.
I don't think it does.
Oh, yeah, okay. The other one that I'm kind of interested in is System Shock 2, which is it was made by Irrational well before BioShock, but it's usually considered to be basically BioShock is a spiritual successor to System Shock 2.
Oh, neat.
So,
Okay.
and I was playing and it was like, yeah, okay, I can see the BioShock influence. Like, I've got a wrench, which looks a whole lot like, you know, the melee stuff from the first game, you know, a wrench there. And I was like, I've got this psychic ability, which works basically like plasmids. I was like, yeah, this is basically BioShock. But in a sci-fi setting, it's interesting. Although
Yeah.
it's so old, it's like Half-Life old, so you're gonna have to put up with some crap if you're gonna play it. Like I've got a ton
are there
of
no
mods
like
to make
visual
it look
mods?
better. Oh yeah, there are a ton. Like I put in all the visual mods I could because it's But I mean the big problem that I run into is like recoil. Oh my god, recoil. Oh, I didn't know you could put recoil in so terribly. It's literally just fire and then the gun moves up a bit. Like there's no like physical animation for it. It's just boom and then you're looking higher. It's
really?
very annoying. Yeah. And it has the worst explosion thing I have seen ever. It's just this like half-hearted puff of smoke.
Oh,
And it's
that's
like
bad.
it's very, very 2D.
Oh,
Ugh.
that's
And what's really bad is the pre-rendered cutscenes look worse than the actual game because I'm playing it in higher resolution than. Oh, it's interesting,
that's
but I like it.
There was an interesting kind of theory. It's kind of the same theory as like, you know, if you want a question answered on the internet, don't ask the
Yeah.
question, just state the wrong answer.
Oh yeah, I heard that recently. I don't know from where.
But it's kind of the same thing is that, you know, like indie developers, like, you create mod kits to mod the graphics and then make just shitty graphics and then let people create good graphics mods.
Yeah, it seems to work though, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's just one of those weird things that, you know, it works, but
Oh, I don't know if you knew this, Parker, but a lot of the EA games on Steam, if they've got a CD key in Steam, you can just copy it over to Origin and activate it in Origin as well.
yeah.
Like I did that with Alice and Bad Company 2, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just I really wish I could put my finger on what is making Alice such a fun game to play. It reminds me a lot of like, it's reminding me a lot of things like BioShock, Alan Wake, and a lot of those when I'm playing it. Just because it's very unique in its world.
Yeah, I'm so sad Irrational Games
my favorite
broke up.
character. Well, I'm not actually that sad about it. I think that what he's done is strategic. Like I have faith.
Oh,
in
yeah,
that.
yeah. No, I
Because
believe in him.
he is a good game developer, and I think that to say I want to go and work on games on an indie scale is actually a pretty decent choice. Because you look at things like Papers, Please.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of stuff I'm expecting out of him. Is I'm expecting him to go into stuff like that where it's not so much this big, expansive world, but rather it's a really, really focused in game that does one thing really, really well, which I think is a decent shift. Like, if that's what he wants to do, that's fine. I mean, it's a shame that there's not going to be any more BioShock, or that we're not going to see a BioShock 1 reimagined in the new BioShock Infinite engine, because I really want that as well.
What I'd like to
But,
see
you know,
is, I think
okay,
they
don't
could go.
scroll too far in the Alice screenshots, because I feel like some of them are probably spoilers.
Oh,
I
got
accidentally
you.
looked at, there was a PC Gamer article, like an interview with the developers, really cool series about like making of games, and they've interviewed a ton. But yeah, and I scrolled down a little farther, and there was some concept art that's probably a little farther than I am in the game.
Yeah, but like the thing, I think, I mean, I'd like to see BioShock reimagined with the Frostbite engine, so you can actually have destructible environments. Like if you get in the Big Daddy suit, you can just break the walls down instead of having to go around everywhere.
I feel like that would probably, well, I don't know.
I mean, I think it, in theory, it sounds good, but I think it would be very hard to actually do in practice correctly.
Oh, yeah,
I don't think it would be
yeah.
hard to actually skin like something in Frostbite to look like BioShock. I think making it feel authentic would be the hard part.
Yeah, I
and
don't know. I mean, it's hard. I just think really like, I don't know. I think that all I would really want is a more updated version. Well, what I would want more than anything else is the first one actually
Parker, are
does
there
not.
lights
Oh, what was that, Matt?
in this game? What is this?
What is
Something?
what? Are there what?
Are there lightsabers? I have a lightsaber.
Yeah. It's like a energy sword type thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What the heck?
I
I'm not
prefer
picking this up.
I prefer the machine pistols.
Well, no. What I would say, in my, well, I guess experience with it is that BioShock 1 is really hard to run on PC. Like
Yes.
not performance wise, but it just does not like Windows 8.
Oh, I
Like,
mean, it doesn't like
hates
Windows
it with
7.
passion.
I can't start it. It keeps crashing for me.
Oh, really? I had to go in and like put it compatibility mode with administrator privileges, and then I had to download Creative Alchemy, and then virtual, like, because then the sound was choppy and cutting out, and I had to go and take that, and then like it was a pain to get running.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my big complaint with BioShock 1 is that it hasn't taken to modern operating systems very well.
Yeah.
Which is too bad, because it actually looks pretty good if you play it, but, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, I played it on Xbox, and it's, it's a great game.
Oh, it's wonderful. Although that one fetch quest, and I'm sure you remember it, was the worst thing in the world. It had the one fetch quest.
Oh,
That drove you into like the 3 separate areas, and it just felt like the game was building up, and then you hit that point and just stagnated. And then after you passed that, it was fine. But
Yep.
oh, worst. Like, I hate fetch quests. Just saying.
so much.
But yeah, Parker, I would say if by tomorrow, because doesn't it end the 30th?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. So if it hasn't gone front page sale, I would just pick up Alice.
Yeah. Oh man.
Do you have a controller?
I do not.
Okay. Well, do you have an Xbox controller?
All mine are wireless.
Okay. Well, then I highly recommend picking up the $10 wireless adapter, or just a wired Xbox controller.
Yeah, I think
'Cause
I'll go to
I've got the
GameStop and
wireless
get one.
adapter, and I really like it. It's very nice.
Yeah, but like.
But I mean, I believe it's playable with, normal controls. Just I've only ever played it with PC.
Oh man,
or
I
with
was looking at
yeah.
the top levels guy on Steam, and he's like level 384, and his summer sale 2014 badge is level 2,750.
Well, yeah, I haven't even crafted one of those yet. I'd like to get around to doing that.
But like, I'm thinking about that in. I mean, so that's
All
2,750
he does is
completions. So that's 27,500 cards, and he does not have that many trades. And if he like did it at market value, I mean that's easily in the thousands of dollars that he's spent so far just out of to buy cards.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna sell my summer adventure cards.
Yeah, do it quick before like
Before they
it ends.
expire.
Yeah, before they expire.
Well, it's just I'm sitting there going like I'm not gonna use them, and I've got enough. It's like I might as well, unless you've got enough to craft a badge.
What are summer adventure cards? What do they even do?
Well, you can create a badge, which I don't know what it does. Parker, you finished one, right?
I finished 5 of them.
The badges? How'd you
Yeah.
do that?
Just trading a lot, and also I bought a whole bunch early, like when people didn't know what they were, and we're selling them for like 5 cents each.
Gotcha. Is there any purpose to creating the badge?
No, I haven't gotten any good things from it. I mean, it gives you points towards your team, but that's completely useless, because, I mean, you have guys like the level 384 guy who's done it 2750 times, and, there's no way you're going to outweigh that.
Yeah, I got you. I'm just gonna sell them all because I mean, although I'm only gonna get a couple cents per each, it's like
You'll probably get
I don't
20
know.
cents each or so.
Yeah, but I've got like 6 of them, so
Yeah. You'll get $1 or so.
Dude, you didn't
Like,
even
I'm
need
putting
guns
them
in this
for
game.
1
You just
cent
get the
less than the
lightsaber and you
rest.
kill everything.
Yeah, I mean, what I like is the, what you do is you get the machine pistol, and you get the 2 times damage, 2 times ammo, like clip size, and 2 times reload. And then, so it literally, like, for some reason, though, it reloads, like, 5 times as fast with the machine pistol, so you can pretty much just continuously fire, and you can get the unlimited ammo for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's, you know, your secondary, or, like, your sidearm.
I'm,
And
Oh,
I'm
am I
gonna,
only
I'm gonna
allowed
go
to
solo
sell one
this
of every
T-Rex
type?
with my,
Oh, dude, it only lets me sell them one at a
My
time, like
lightsaber.
one of each type.
yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
apparently not. Yeah, so all I do is I just keep putting them on there for 1 cent less than what they're selling for.
Yep, that's what I do too.
It's just I've got like 10 of them, and I'm like, I'm not gonna use them.
what do
So,
Steam summer cards
you can sell them for money,
for what?
Money.
Why would
or
anyone
you can craft
wanna
a
buy that?
badge. I have a single badge. Or I crafted 2 things. Oh wait, Parker, do you have Hotline Miami?
I do not.
Okay, well, you might consider that if it goes on sale. So, just a thought, because that is a good one as well. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I just haven't really gotten into this card system. I think it's kind of cool, but it's still like it would take way more effort than I think it's worth. Because I mean, all it does is get me backgrounds, and I've already got, I think, the one I really like. Oh yeah. I can make a horse in Steam chat.
What?
Yeah, I'll show you.
Oh, show me this horse, dog.
Did it work? Hold on.
I
don't
just
think it did.
see colon horse. Hold on, I'll open up Steam chat in a second. 1 second.
I mean, it's literally I can make a horse. I can also make a letter.
Oh yeah, I see it. I have a couple emoticons.
Oh wait, that's not it. Here, there. I'll just do it that way. I can never get it right, but yeah, the horse is from Hotline Miami, and then I've got a burn profile background, and I've also got a Kerbal Space Program background.
Nice.
So like, I'm okay with those two. It's like I don't really need any more. It's just I don't understand the card system. Like I'll collect the cards. I'm just not going to do anything with them until like maybe never. I haven't really decided yet.
Mhm.
I mean, I kind of like the idea for the trading cards. It's just it's a little hard. Like I think they need an official like trading thing.
Yeah.
Because like they have forums devoted to trading, but it doesn't really work well. Like what I want to do is I want almost an automated trading system where you say I have this, I want this, and you put it up.
Like something I
and
like
then
is
automatically someone who has the opposite, that trade gets filled.
yeah,
You know
and
what
like
I mean?
the thing
Where
I like
it's
is
like completely hands off.
yeah, because Pokemon Black and White, the originals, I haven't played the new ones, but they did that with their trading thing. Like you could go online, like in your game, through your
the
DS.
global trade system
Yeah,
thing,
and just say.
And I just think that would work great with these trading cards rather than having these
Yeah.
forms. And I would say, like, leave the forms there for more complex trades, or you could say, I would like one of this set, or I have any of these, and you can 2 of these for this one card, any 2 of these for this
'Cause,
one.
like-
Give it a lot of options. You can say, I'm offering 2 of these, or 3 of these, you know, but
Yeah.
like make it fully featured. And then you can go from there. It's just like I think that that's a better system, or allow people to like say I have this card and then browse offers for that card. You know what I mean? Just because I think the way it does trading is a little stupid and makes it hard for. I mean, at least for me, I don't want to deal with that because
Yeah,
I have to sit through and like troll through forums to try and get the card
Oh
I'm
my
looking
God,
for. I'd
I
rather
know.
just sell it.
Yeah, it's like, and like the other thing that I don't understand is, like, it's never the same amount that Steam charges me, like when I go to sell cards or something. Like, it kind of depends on, like, how it's selling. Like, if the card value, like, if I sell a foil card for, like, $1, Steam will charge, like, a 5-cent, like, fee for it, for the transaction. But if I sell something for, like, 10 cents, they only charge 1 cent. So I guess I don't understand how it scales.
How are my things not selling? Oh, come on. It's like a good 20 cents cheaper than everything else.
Would you put it up for like 1 cent?
No, I put it up there for 18, which is still cheaper. Ah, whatever. I'm just gonna let them ride. If they
Yeah, just let
evaporate,
it
I
sit.
haven't lost anything because I don't have enough to buy anything anyway.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna look through the racing games, see if there's any I'd recommend. But I would say just Grid, unless you like rally racing, then just pick up Dirt. I mean, it's kind of a boss to which. And then
Yeah.
Grid Autosport. How did this one do? Man, Codemasters didn't do well on this either. Codemasters has been in a bit of a slump when it comes to the Grid series. I think Grid 2 was a good game. Not as many people agree with me. I mean, I enjoy it. It's definitely not a simulation racer, which I think disappointed a ton of people. Hey, you could get a Sonic racing game. Don't do it. Probably terrible.
Do it. You still there?
Oh, did you know BioWare made a Sonic
Shooting
game?
dinosaurs, yeah.
So what do you think of Dino Horde?
Oh, it's awesome, dude.
Dude, it's the best. Like at the end of the, like I'm so pissed though. Like it's so hard to get the gunship like before the end of missions, but once you do, it is so much fun.
Oh yeah, but dude, BioWare did make a Sonic game.
Really?
Yep, for DS, and it was a Sonic RPG. It was bad.
Oh, dude, there's so many of them.
Oh my god!
I'm a solo
Rock
disc.
of Ages. Rock of Ages is $2. Have you seen it before?
No.
It's sort of tower defense, but you play as a boulder, and your goal is to basically roll into the other person's gate. It's really hard to explain. It's actually kind of cool. It's an interesting indie title, to say the least.
I really like this pistol here, Parker.
Which one are you using?
I
The super awesome one.
probably won't pick up.
Like the fully upgraded
The
machine
Magnum
pistol.
one?
That's
Oh,
just
oh
wrecks
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna end up picking up Orion Dino Horde.
Oh.
Well,
yo.
depending on what is on sale, because I've got
There's
like
so many dinosaurs, Parker.
Dude,
I've
I
got
know.
like 850, and I'm gonna have to use the 850 in Steam credit before the sale is over because I mean, like, I'll get the most for it.
I'm like spinning in circles, shooting my gun. It's awesome.
We have driven nails into
Hey, Retro City Rampage.
fight them the way they would have done to
Yeah, but Parker Grid is like 750, which actually isn't that bad. What
Oh,
the?
wow.
and the Mendoza.
I would also recommend Need for Speed Shift 2, but what I just found out that's kind of weird is Need for Speed Shift is the exact same price as Shift 2. Both of them are $10. So why would you buy the first one?
It's a very good question.
Yeah, I'm not sure that there's an answer. Oh my God, Midnight Club Los Angeles? Or is it? No, this is just Midnight Club 2. Oh man, this is ugly.
Oh, come on, give me something good.
It doesn't support
No.
Windows 7 or Windows Vista.
Wait, which one?
Well, the Midnight Club, well, no, not Los Angeles, literally Midnight Club 2.